Welcome back to my channel. This is Bonnet at QT. Um, it's been a long time ever since I posted a video. Um, as you've seen the title, it says what we're going to be talking about now the term entitlement as well as um black tax, how they come about to black societies. I think we should understand the term globalization. It all began there. Ukuthi, different countries met up together and come up with implementations as to how the world should be, which had led now to what we refer as entitlement, great transformation, um, modernization that contributed to these terms. But I'll get more to it so that you have an idea as to what it's all about. Now that the globalization, the aim was to make sure we are more westernized. There's what you call locomotives, modern technologies, you name them. So what happened was there's what you call urbanization, migration, you name them. Um, we as Africans or black societies are actually coming from a very struggling background that values and we have what we call Ubuntu. So now when we moved from our rural areas to the cities, whites had their own way of living their own lives. Um in terms of when you're a 21-year-old, you have to move out from your home. That's that's a common thing that whites, do. You know, so now that this urbanization is happening, majority of people are adapting to that Western life. So whites say it's they're being taxed when their families are asking something from. So now they go back to their societies, which is the black societies. What is it that they do? When their siblings or brothers ask for something, they refer it as want, as black tax. So that term came from the Western world. Modernism, modernization, great transformation, enlightenment are contributing factors to us forsaking who we actually are to the adaptation of the Western life. So you have to remember this. Whites came to Africa, introduced this um, to divide up black societies. Now, the level of adaptation that we as black society have adapted caused division within society to that extent. So now, are you telling me that a person that brought you up, took you to school, when they say, "Can you do this for me?" and you regard it as black tax, your siblings, kids, when they ask something from you, you regard it as black tax. Enlightenment, sorry, entitlement is the term they use. They are entitled to my things. So it's an issue, it's a concerning issue that is happening within society that we need to know. Um, we cannot afford to forget who we actually are due to the adaptation of the Western world. We are singabantu bobuntu as black people. So we've heard yokuba um, some even go as far as nobody took me to school, it's my hard work. They feel so entitled to my things. Your mother, your brother, your sister, you regard them as black tax. Who introduced the term black text to black society? Who introduced the term entitlement to black society? All these terms cause division within black society. And the aim of whites was to what? To divide and conquer. And they've done exactly that. So it's something that is not ours, that we have adapted on. So we need to work as a society together and support one another, because singabantu bobuntu, singabantwana bomgquba. All right? So there's no such thing as black tax, in my opinion, as well as entitlement. I will tell you that your mother, when they're asking something from you, is black tax. Your siblings are struggling, you regard it as black tax. Your sister's kids, your brother's kids are struggling, you regard it as black tax. Those terms were introduced to us to divide our black societies. And it's high time we acknowledge that. Right? So we have to work around that one and work together as black society. We've got so much power when we're together. We cannot afford at any given day or time to be divided by the Western adaptation. So makisisebenzisaneni nto zobawo, sibonisaneni. Because you can't say your mother who took you to school gave you the principles that you live by, and tomorrow you're saying it's black text when they're asking something from you. Does it make sense? So we still have a long journey of educating one another in terms of understanding how black society works. Does it make sense, good people? So yeah, man, I just wanted to engage in that. It's a common thing that black society are adapting to, and it's causing division. You hear that siblings are not, you know, on good terms due to the fact that there's what you call entitlement and black tax. Whereas we are a nation of Ubuntu, we cannot be divided by the adaptation of the Western terms. Who introduced the Western terms to black society? What is black tax? What is entitlement? It's my opinion on the issue. You can differ, but I just can't say my mother and my siblings what I have. They are not entitled to it. We black society, we work together. So I think we should respect one another in that regard. Because black people now are beginning to have in mentality a capitalist. So I think we should work around that one and find solution in that regard. So it's of vitally importance to important rather to 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 respect our black societies, to support our mothers and sisters and siblings. When we are set, we are well set off. On my own opinion, there's no such thing as black tax. Black tax can be regarded in that manner when we're talking about extended families. That we can regard it as black tax. But your mother, your siblings, you're talking about black tax. So that causes a division within society because seconds is far. So we need to work around that one and build our society to be a better place for all. So it's I'll talk till tomorrow. But I wanted to, it's something that I've been noticing within black societies. There's this division that is caused by this term that's introduced to us. And we are easily adapting to it. And it's killing our black societies. And whites are very intelligent. They knew very well that introducing such terms to us, they will cause a division within black society, and it's what we call divide and conquer is the term it's the strategy they use. So let's work together as black societies. Let's support our families. Let's have that unity. as black society so that we move and be a better place for all. If you can't say your mother when they're asking something from you, it's black text. Your brother is struggling, your sister's kids is struggling, your brother's kids is struggling in that manner, and you regard it as black text. You can't at any given day or time. Let's be realistic in this issue. We can't. And our societies are dying. This is going to be my research topic um, when I'm doing masters, PhD, you name them. Amazing, amazing. Ukuthi, how come we adapt to the Western ways and forget who we actually are in that regard? To even name them as abancovi, black texts and whatnot. Asebenzisane nisibona nini? Because our societies are dying due to the adaptation. We are not saying you should not be educated. We're not saying you should not adapt to the Western lives, but don't forget who you actually are. It's a good thing to go to school and have education due to the fact that um, it opens up your mind to that extent. Your reasoning capacity, you know, increases. You know, your mind expands. Come up with ideas, creativity, you name them. But that does not mean you should forget who you actually are. Your brother doesn't have school shoes. Your mother calls you and say, "Hey, I'm looking at this and that," and you regard it as a black text. Does it make sense to a person? Black societies need to work together. Ubumbano. This adaptation of Western world is destroying us as Africans or as black societies. Yeah, man, I wanted to engage on that issue. I won't be long, but I wanted to. You can't at any given day or time talk about the black text when you're actually coming from a very humbling background. What do you know about black text? Understanding the situation, it's easier to give rather than a person who talks from not understanding it. So adaptation to the Western world has a negative impact to black society. Let's check around that trend and make sure that we do change our societies for a better place for all. For an example, that societies do work together and build a better place for all. Right? So this is a very common thing that we experience within society. And we need to find solutions as to how to stop it as social scientists. It's a common thing that we face. This is a very short video. I'll talk it for an hour, but just wanted to engage in this. Ukuthi, let us respect where we actually come from. Let us respect the values that we grew up with. There's nothing wrong from adapting to other um, beliefs and whatnot, but as long as you do respect other people within society. There are many issues that are making a division within society. I'm pretty sure you've seen other videos that have posted regarding religion and whatnot that cause a division within black societies. So I guess hlalutyeni ke le siyijongisisa into yokuba i-black tax izenjalo eli gama le term ne-entitlement ebantwini abamnyama. Kaloku singabantu bobuntu thina. I think that one iyalibaleka ukuthi umntu omnyama ngumntu wobuntu. You know, respect when you are well set off. Make sure that your mother is well off, well settled, well taken care of, without any hesitation, regardless of who you are, where you actually and what you do. It's an African belief and responsibility. Some even say, I was not even educated by him or her. I was funded by NASFAS. That person is educated to that extent. So I think we have to work around finding solutions that would bring change to society. Hopefully next year I'll be working with social development in finding strategies as to how to make sure that society works together. We cannot be affording to be divided by the adaptation of the Western world to that extent. So sihlonipaneni man, sithandeni apho sisuka khona. I won't be long, but I wanted to engage in that manner so that you guys have an idea of what's happening. Some are not even on speaking terms with their siblings, due to the fact that someone thinks they are superior than the other, due to the fact that they are now settled and whatnot. And now they are controlative. There are many issues that are causing division within society by adapting to the Western world. So it's a common thing that we experience within black society, and we need to work around it. Once I'm saying, when I'm doing masters, PhD, and others, I will have to have this type of topic within my research. To understand why do they behave the way they do when they are well set off. This is a very concerning type of topic and issue. I won't be long, but I wanted to engage in that manner. Make sure that you do like, comment, and subscribe, and see you in the next video. Peace.